What's up guys, it's Project, bringing you yet another build, this time tackling a neat longsword build I made that goes ham on health regain, aka Lifeleech basically, where hitting a monster recovers health, so yet another survival approach to a build. Having tried out Val's set for recovery, I honestly think it's way too freaking slow and unsure why people are even using it, so thought, what if I went full crazy, triple health regain augments for a weapon that hits fairly fast and hard. And turns out, it's pretty freaking insane how much health you recover. Add on the fact I use Nurg's superior damage setup in comparison to Val's, which also recovers some health, and you end up with a powerhouse that can recover over 100 HP in a single Spirit Blade combo. There's two variations I made because at the moment there just isn't great choices for triple slot longswords. The first uses the best triple slot longsword in my opinion, at least that also comes with a level 2 slot, Fishboy's Longsword. Despite its lacking in raw compared to the fan favorite Divine Slasher or Nurg's, it makes up for it by being an elemental powerhouse with 360 water out the gate, and of course the 3 slots we need for triple health regain, and the important level 2 slot since the setup needs it. Elemental is underrated for longsword, it can certainly make up the difference in any raw discrepancy. So this variation is for mons at least 2-star weak to water, otherwise it falls behind a bit to the second variation in damage I'll talk about later. Moving on to the armor and skill setup, I found going max vitality makes a huge difference in surviving, as even with triple health augs, you could still die from a wombo combo from a Tempered Elder. Level 3 vitality makes that happen less frequently. Alternatively, triple stun resist is also good, as it's basically why you die most of the time anyways. Aside that, I get max exploit and max maximum might, so 80% crit chance when you hit a weak spot and have full stamina, which is common for longsword since its attacks don't use stamina, the one exception being Foresight Slash, but by the time you pull off everything from it, you should have full stamina in time for the Spirit Blade combo or Helmbreaker. Handicraft level 3 gets us White Sharpness, and Protective Polish does you know what. Level 2 Medicine basically means more health regain. If the most you can recover is 100% of your health, then this basically means without these you'd only heal for 80%, which is a sizable difference. Alternatively, you can use Grinder Jewels instead, however, I use Wet Fish Fins instead, which act like level 2 Grinder. You can farm over 6 of them from a quick expedition in Ancient Forest, the first pond has 2 to 3 most of the time, and near the ocean section has over 5 each time. Kill the Kestodon, then simply use normal fishing lure, wiggle the bait, and they'll come to bite immediately. Shouldn't take more than 5 minutes each time, and you only need about 2 fins per quest, so it's up to you if you want to deal with that small hassle or lose the medicine jewels for grinder jewels. But that's essentially variation 1, and another case to argue that this build will be better for an average player than a super raw DPS build. As cool as maximum attack Divine Slasher Elementless build may seem, if you're stopping to heal every minute, this build will surpass it in damage. The health regain augments allow you to be relentlessly aggressive. You get hit, so what? Do a Spirit Blade combo and boom, you're back in safety without having to chug the Mountain Dew, which is about 8 seconds of no damage at all if you're doing that. Like I've said for my past couple of builds, cheat DPS is in everything. Of course, if you're a pro with a longsword and rarely get hit, then perhaps that maximum DPS is for you, but let's face it, most of us playing are scrubs, we get hit most every fight. If there's one wish I had for multiplayer, it'd be for people to stop dying, so hopefully this build can accomplish that. As someone who's average with a longsword, this build has been amazing for surviving, but yeah, that's variation 1. The second variation uses Val's longsword instead. Yes, it's 2 augments, but it's the best 2 augment longsword in the game, high raw, high dragon, and that level 2 slot we need. While the health regain is less than variation 1, against dragon weak mons or mons with 1-star weakness to water, this will do more damage. With 2 health augments, you still regain a noticeable chunk of life, and to try to make up the difference, I use Triple Medicine. It has similar skills to variation 1, the difference being the charm and legs, since Val only needs level 2 handicraft to get White Sharpness. So you get max vitality, max grinder, but lose 1 maximum might and agitator in comparison. Again, prioritizing surviving. If you feel you don't need as much health, then you can replace the health charm and medicine jewels for vitality jewels, and use agitator or peak performance level 2 charm to gain some more damage. Which, speaking of damage, health regain is based off damage. Hit weak spots to gain more life. You'll also regain more health with higher tier spirit gauge and buffs. The exception is Helmbreaker. For some reason, Helmbreaker will not heal you much health at all, so in cases where you want to heal, use the Spirit Blade combo instead. For mons 3-star weak to water or dragon, Spear Blade in red actually outdamages Helmbreaker from what I noticed, so use that instead for the respective versions. If you need to know the basics of Longsword, check out my Longsword combo guide in the end screen annotation. For clarification in that video, you'll need Spear Gauge to use Helmbreaker, that is the aura around your gauge, not the bar filling up. So you use combo 1 or combo 2 of that video to increase the gauge color. So when I said only use Helmbreaker in red, that means only use Helmbreaker with the red aura around your gauge. Too many people asked about it, so hopefully that answers that question ahead of time. But yeah, that's essentially my vampire build. For mantles, rock steady and evasion of course. Palico with healing gadget makes surviving even better, and Horn is not bad since it can give you stun resist versus certain mons. Fishboy variation is best against Teostra, Kirin, both Diabluses, Urigan, Anjanath, Baroth, and Lava Fishboy. And the Vol variation is best at most everything else. So hope you guys enjoyed the build. Give it a shot if you got the augments to spare. It's really neat not having to worry about healing ever, and ultimately is going to provide more damage than offensive augments for some players in my opinion. If you enjoyed the video, please give the video a like and leave a comment with your thoughts on healing augments, what do you guys think of it, and or what would you like to see next, and of course, subscribe for more Manhunt epicness.